Let's Go Biking in Monterey, Part 2. This is episode 8, and it's probably easy for you to see why I fell in love with biking in Monterey. In the previous episode, I started out like a tourist, hitting all the tourist spots. So if you haven't seen the previous episode, you might want to tune into that before watching this. But even if you don't decide to do that, it's cool. There's a lot to see in this video right here. In the previous episode, we went all the way from Seaside to Pacific Grove. And in this episode, we're going to go all the way from Pacific Grove up north to Fort Ord Dunes State Park. And you guys don't know how long that voiceover took me. Coming up, I'll explain why I started out like a tourist in Monterey and then I ended with a solid workout. What's happening? I hope you can even hear me with the waves crashing in the background. Anyway, I feel like it's impossible to come out to Monterey and make a quick trip. Like, I planned on just getting in, getting out, being back home by like before noon. But it feels like you just get caught up with all the scenery. It's way too nice out here. I went out here on my birthday and I had to come back. Now that I got my channel up and running, I'll probably be coming here, occasionally. Maybe not every weekend, but maybe, once every other month or something like that. The scenery is just way too nice. Like I was saying before, it's good to get out in Monterey early and then do the trail after, because nobody's out there, so you could just do the work out there, right? And then in the morning do your sightseeing when there's not that many tourists out, because it gets packed on that trail out there. It's beautiful during the day, of course, but I mean, you can't beat the morning time golden hour anyway. That's probably the best time to be out there. So yeah, in my opinion, try it in the morning. You'll have plenty of room to move on the trail if you're getting active or if you're just sightseeing. Getting out here early gives you a time to be intimate with the lay of the land, and you can kind of just take a moment and soak it all in. But as I promised before in the last episode, there's some more acts. And the next act is going to be Act 3, and it's now time to do the work. We're going to go all the way from Pacific Grove to Fort Ord. So, first off, I got to keep it real. There's no way that you can go back through the tourist areas and not still feel like a little bit of a tourist. So, in this video, when I'm filming to this capacity, I'm still going to be looking at things all the way as I backtrack through the tourist areas. So the real workout probably doesn't start until we get to Seaside. That's when, my mindset changes, and then the opportunity is there for me to just cut loose. And I'm going to speed up this section right here because it's mainly just me going through a parking lot and crossing the street, and I actually had to stop for a second to look both ways. Safety first. After I pass window on the Bay Park, that's when the real workout will begin. And today I have it planned where I'm gonna do the hardest part and then like double back and do that again. So I'm gonna do like Fort Ord like twice. And sadly, some of my footage is missing. There's actually like a nice hill that you wind up that starts at street level and then takes you to the top of this dune right here. So you can do a little descent onto the beach. And I failed to get that in this video, sadly.
Yesterday I was clever, wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I'm changing myself. Let go of who you are, become who you might be. Let your life become living poetry. You were born with wings, your heart knows the way. It's your road to walk, and yours alone. You'll be the lion, you'll be the deer, be like a tree, let the dead leaves fall. Let your life become living poetry. You were born with wings, your heart.
And right here we have Fort Ord Dune State Park to my left. And there's a trail in there, but the connecting point has been blocked off. So I actually had to ride all the way up from the outside alongside the freeway. And then I'm going to cross back in to Fort Ord State Park right now. Or Dune State Park. Fort Ord Dune State Park. Let me say that correctly. And if you are not in the right gear, this little tiny hill is very misleading. There's a lot of misleading things on this trail, and this hill right here is one of them. I used to ride, when I first started riding, I would ride in the top gear, and I got stuck on that hill once or twice, I think. Riding in Fort Ord Dune State Park is very peaceful. You kind of feel like you're riding through the desert, low key. It definitely has a different vibe to it, and it can get kind of lonely in there, honestly. There's points where I remember being so isolated that I was kind of starting to question, am I safe out here? But I also I question whether a mountain lion could have territory out there, because it is very isolated at times. Now I pose a question to you. Would you come and ride in Monterey after all that you've seen? I know for me, I'll be back. So this spot right here is towards the end of the ride, and I had always rode by this little area, and today I decided to stop there. I felt like it was the perfect spot to kind of just, relax and reflect.
Damn it. For me, when I hit Monterey, this is my mental health trip right here. So whenever I get out here and I hit the coast, it's therapeutic. You got waves crashing. You got plenty of white noise, right? Plenty of beautiful scenery. Back in 2020 is probably the first time I came out to this beach. Time when everybody was kind of stressed out. That was probably my first time actually just coming out here by myself. And then I realized, hey, you probably can take your bike. I saw the bike trails. And then next thing I know, I was on my bike, on my Walmart bike back in the day. But I've been coming back periodically ever since then. But yeah, this place right here is a good place to ride your bike or walk or whatever. But I feel like it's very therapeutic. So if you're ever down and out, be like me and hit the coast. Don't get stressed out and do nothing bad. You know what I mean? Just go hit the coast, man. Go relax your mind.
Yeah, look, see, I'm reaching for the energy.